Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wavy Baller Hub. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow the movement. Follow the movement. You feel me? We're gonna do a match preview this morning. It's been a couple days since I've streamed live, but we're back, baby. We're back to it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be talking about all the transfer stuff that's happened this week because I haven't done that this week. And then Saturday, obviously, you know what we do, watch alongs, match reactions, all that good stuff. So we're going to be to it. Next week, I'm going to be in Las Vegas and New York for work and stuff. But I'm going to do my best to pump out some content while I'm on the road. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I got some travel gear with me now, so hopefully I can make it shake. But guys, obviously off the back of an absolutely insane result against Liverpool, winning that game, we're ahead of Liverpool in the table. I just want to repeat that. We're ahead of Liverpool in the table after the terrible start that we've had. I'm seeing Liverpool fans panic. Feels so great. Feels so good because they've been talking a lot of stuff for the past couple of years. It feels good to, put them back in their place. You know what I'm saying? It's a long season though. That being said, we have a big game coming up against Southampton. Going to be a very different game. Going to be a very different game. And can we get another result? Can we get another win? It's all about consistency at this point. Obviously, we've beaten arguably the second best team in England. Definitely the second best team in England over the past few years. Now, Southampton, much different team, young, inexperienced, hungry, energetic. Can we put something on them, right? Like, can we get another result? Can we dominate the game? And we'll talk about all the different facets here, guys. Again, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You feel me? Join them if you're watching on Twitter, or you know what I'm saying. Hop over to YouTube for me. The link is in my Twitter profile. It's also, you know what I'm saying. I'm retweeting that right now. But let's talk about Southampton really quick. Then we'll move on to Manchester United. What we can do, all that good stuff. But Southampton have started the season kind of like you would expect Southampton to start. 4 points in 3 games. I've watched one of the games all the way through. It was the first one against Spurs. And they are a young team, talented team, but a team that has a lot of mistakes in them, right? A team that has a lot of mistakes in them. I think that we can definitely get a result against them. They've played in a back 3, 2 out of the 3 games, and then they converted to a back 4 against Leicester and won. So they won against the last Premier League game they won. They just played I think it was either an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup game, and they won that as well. So they've won 2 games on the bounce in all competitions. They're probably feeling a little confident, right, as they should. They have a good manager. I've always thought Ralph Hasenhüttl was a really good manager. But this team also has the ability to get absolutely pumped because they do have a lot of mistakes. They're playing an 18-year-old in midfield, and I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Levia. Talented player. Bazunu, a goalkeeper, is 20 years old. Bella Kutchap is like 20 years old. Gineppo's young. They just signed Joe Aribo's probably not young, but he's 26 years old, but he's new to the Premier League. They have a lot of inexperienced players in this side. You feel me? I'm just looking now. Again, the Mara kid, Sekou Mara, is 20 years old. Walker Peters is young. He's 25. Salisu's 23. Like, it's going to be a lot about us just matching their energy, just the same way we match the energy of Liverpool. Keep the same energy levels because talent-wise, we are way talent and experience-wise, we're a way better team. And we need to just prove that. We need to show that we're the better team. It's that simple. Obviously against Liverpool, we barely possessed the ball. We had like 30% possession, even though it felt like we were dominating the game. That's not going to be the case. We're probably going to be the team that has 60 65% of the possession. Now we have to break this team down. It may be easier to break this team down than it was to break down in Brentford or was to break down Brighton because they're just more compact. But it's not going to be easy by any means. Will Casemiro start, right? We know Ten Hag is going to play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, kind of like a staggered 4-3-3, with a deep lying midfielder, or controller, whatever you want to call it, an 8 and a 10, right? He played with McTominay and Eriksen in midfield this against Liverpool. I'm not too sure how it's going to work out. But if Casemiro has gotten up to fitness and he's trained and he's done all that good stuff, I would not be shocked to see him start. I wouldn't, especially because it's Southampton, right? It's not like we're playing Chelsea or Man City. Like we can I don't think Casemiro is struggling for fitness by any means. He's been up to speed, been playing at Real Madrid, preseason, all that good stuff. So like we're not going to have that problem, right? It's not going to be a problem with fitness. It's all about, does Ten Hag think he's ready to integrate into the system right this week? I hope he is, because that would be great to see Casemiro start next to Eriksen. And if I'm guessing, he keeps the same back five, right? David De Gea, Dallo, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, bringing Casemiro, right? Keep Eriksen's place. Probably be Bruno at number 10, right? On the left, it will probably be Marcus Rashford, right? He got the goal. He's confident. I think Ten Hag likes Rashford, right? He's said it multiple times that he's a fan of Marcus Rashford. And he wants and he's part of the plans. He said he's not for sale, right? Martial's probably going to start up top, right? That's another thing. I like the fact that I was a little nervous not seeing him on the team sheet against Liverpool, but he played it so well, gave him a half of football. Now he's ready to kick on. He's just coming back from an injury. Perfect. Give him 45 minutes while we're 1-0 up, right? Now he gets the opportunity to start a game, probably come off in the 70th, 75th minute, and make an impact. Anthony Martial is a wonderful player. I've said this over and over and over and over. He's a wonderful player. And he's going to continue to show that this season as long as he can stay fit, right? And then on the right, Jadon Sancho's locked in there. Obviously, we're linked with Antony, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I imagine that it'll be Jadon Sancho. Elanga played well for me, in my opinion, on Saturday. Excuse me one moment, guys. Excuse me one moment. He played well on Saturday. I'm still here with you. But I think that Martial starting up top makes us a bit more of a threat. As much as Marcus Rashford frustrates me, I think that at his best, he's probably better than Elanga, right? Because he just has the finishing ability. He makes better runs, all that good stuff. But we're gonna possess the ball, so we need people who can put the ball in the back of the net. That's something that Elanga doesn't do very well right now. He's not a good finisher, in my opinion. He's not a very good finisher. I think he has to improve on that. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a fun one. Like, how do we approach this game? I think we approach this game very differently than we approached Liverpool. I'm interested to see, because David De Gea knocked it long pretty much every time he got the ball last against Liverpool. Will we do that again? I honestly don't mind it. Kick it long, win the ball high up the pitch, press it, win the second balls. We might have to be a little archaic till we get a keeper who can play football, but I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that. Southampton's going to make mistakes. We can press them, and get joy. I really believe that. Like, I really, really believe that. So, we have the talent in the back four now. We have the aggression. We have all of the things we need, probably except for a goalkeeper who can play with his feet, right? Obviously, there's an interest in Kevin Trapp. There was an interest in Dubravka I saw on Sky Sports. we'll talk about that tomorrow. I keep on bringing these things up, but yeah, no, I think it's going to be pretty much the same side, minus McTominay and minus Elanga, right? Um, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. I think we're going to dominate the ball, and I want to see, can these players play when we are the ones on the front foot, when we are the ones asked to break down a team. I know Southampton's not necessarily the most compact team in the world, but I do believe that they're going to, at moments of the game, just go back into a shell and ask Manchester United to break them down. Malacia is going to have, much more of a role offensively. He was pretty much tasked with just sitting back and defending Mo Salah. Now, can you get up? Can you get up the pitch? Can you be involved in the attack? Same thing with Dallo. They're going to be asked to be higher up the pitch than they normally would be. We may leave some space in behind that we didn't leave against Liverpool. It's going to be different. It's going to be different, but different doesn't mean bad. I still think we're going to get joy from this game. I really do. Defensively, can we keep a clean sheet? That's what I really want to know. Obviously, I think we played well enough and we deserved a clean sheet on I said last Saturday, this week against Liverpool on Monday. I think we deserved a clean sheet. Their goal is, I can't even blame anybody for that goal. It's just a weird, scrappy, ugly goal by Mo Salah. Like, De Gea made a great save. It popped up just in the perfect spot for him. That stuff happens. I don't really know what else to say. But I think the first thing in the players' heads and Ten Hag, I think, would be messaging, we need a clean sheet. Like, we need to start getting clean sheets. Like, it's nice. It's all well and good to win games, but like, the great teams keep clean sheets, right? I think that Man City and Liverpool are going to drop points this season because they're not going to keep as many clean sheets. It's that simple, right? Like, I think Man City at their best had a great defense. I don't know if they have a great defense this season, at least from what I've seen to start the season. Same thing with Liverpool. Like, Van Dijk is struggling. They have injuries everywhere. Like, I don't think that. I think the league is better, obviously, but I think that their defenses are not as strong. United's defense has improved, right? We've dropped Harry Maguire, big decision by the manager. We dropped Ronaldo, so we press better from the front, which is a defensive aspect. So now let's employ that. Let's see if we can get a clean sheet with this team that we have. Martinez was excellent. Varane was excellent. Malacia, excellent. Dallo, really, really good. Like, let's run it back and see if we can do the same thing and keep a clean sheet in midfield. I'm interested again. I think Casemiro will start only because he's had a lot of days to train. Like, probably 3-4 days of training with the side. I'm sure Ten Hag sees him and training is like, yeah, you're a million times better than McTominay and Fred. I'll take the risk, right? I have 5 subs to make. If you're tired, I'll take you off. Like it's really that simple. Honestly, it's that simple. We'll see though. We'll see. At Eriksen, I was harsh on. I think I gave Eriksen like a 6.5 in hindsight against Liverpool. I think in hindsight that was kind of harsh. He played well. And I think he's going to play well again. He has a huge responsibility of picking the ball out from the center backs and, getting it into midfield, getting it into Bruno's feet, getting it into Martial's feet. And we'll see what happens. I'm really interested to see how this team kind of builds up, right? Because the build up against Brentford and Brighton, I don't even want to remember. It was so bad. It was so bad. The build up play. It's almost like a fresh season after beating Liverpool, right? Almost feels like a fresh season. Hopefully we can make some headways. Hopefully we can actually build out from the back, right? Martinez, Varane. Varane's okay with his feet. Martinez is really good with his feet. Malacia seems like he's controlled. There was moments last game where Malacia was getting pressured. He handled it really, really well. So I'm fascinated. I'm genuinely fascinated to see how this game goes. I'm debating if I want to do a watch along. I'm definitely doing a match reaction. I got some heavy hitters on that match reaction, so make sure you tune into that. I got some real good guests after the game. So I hope my hope is that we win like 3-0, 4-1, something like that, and we just have a great time on the match reaction. And have fun. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun with it. It's gonna be interesting. Let me see. I think the game for me is at the game will be at 7:30 a.m. So that's an interesting one. It's a really interesting one, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, we'll see how the watch along thing goes. Score predictions for the game. Obviously, it's quiet in the comments today, and that's all good. It's all good. All love. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But my score predictions are we're going to win 3-0. We're going to win 3-0. That is my score prediction for this game. I believe that Southampton doesn't have the defense to cope with our front line when it's fit and firing. Martial, Rashford, Sancho, just too much pace, too much power, too much technical ability, especially with Martial and Sancho. Rashford's going to stretch the defense on the left. And I think, again, as with Marcus Rashford, as long as this manager believes in him, I'm giving him another chance. I've been so hard on him. I've been done with him at points. Like, if this manager believes in Marcus Rashford, I'm going to believe in Marcus Rashford again and back him and hope that he does well. One of my favorite players of all time, even though I don't think he's up to snuff like he used to be, but it's a new season. We've already been through hell and back this season in just 3 games. So, we'll see. Drop your score predictions in the comments for me. Again, 3-0 in my opinion. Goal scorers will be Anthony Martial. I think Marcus Rashford will get another goal, and I'm going to go for Jadon Sancho. All three. I'm going to go for the whole front three is going to get goals today. Goals on Saturday. What do you guys think? Who are your goal scorers for the game? What are your thoughts? I'm going to sign off soon. It's a quiet match preview, but I think I got everything I needed to get. We talked about the tactics, what I think is going to happen. We talked about who's going to play. We talked about Southampton and the threat that they pose. I didn't talk enough about James Ward-Prowse, one of my favorite players in the Premier League. He's the biggest threat, obviously. Joel Rebo, my Nigerian brother, excellent player in my opinion. But then there's a lot of youth, so I think we can really hurt them. I think we can really hurt them, especially if they play in that back four. It'll be scary hour. So guys, get your thoughts in the comments. Get your thoughts in the comments. All right, and I will talk to you guys very, very shortly. Okay, deuces.